Hey everyone, Geo here from Fandom United. Welcome back to the channel. I just got out of watching Shazam Fury of the Gods. Before I talk about the movie, though, I want to open this thing that Cinemark gave me. It's Shazam NFT hybrid trading cards from the movie. And I guess they were giving these out. I managed to get a couple just because, I used to be a card collector back in the day, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And wasn't really big into Magic the Gathering. No disrespect to anybody who was, but when I see these, I still just like I turn into that kid again, and I'm just like, ooh, these might not be worth shit, but you know what? I at least want to, turn back the clock and just have that feeling again. So let's see what they gave me here. What are these? Okay, so we got Hawkman right here. I sadly I doubt we'll ever see him again until they reboot and have a new actor. But Aldous Hodge did his thing. We got Green Lantern here. I'm excited for lanterns. That's gonna be fun. Lobo. Are they trying to tell us something here? Look at that Lobo card. It's pretty dope. Gotham by Gaslight, and you see the Cape Crusader right there. We got Reverse Flash, who may or may not be in the Flash movie coming out. And we got the Power of Shazam right here with the Shazam family. I for the most part enjoyed them in the movie. And then we got a couple of scan to claim your limited reward here, and just some advertisements. That's pretty cool. And yeah, let's talk about the movie. For the most part, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and you know, I I thought there's definitely some upgrades with this movie. Okay, first off, all right, the suits, right? I love the suits. It takes me back to Man of Steel and just how detailed those outfits are, and definitely an upgrade. So is the VFX. Okay, the dragon in the movie looks amazing. He's up there, if not better, with the best of Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. The dragon is that cool looking. Really impressed by just how much money it took to make this movie at $125 million budget, and that's right around what James Gunn and the new DCU regime would like to do with these movies. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed by what they managed to pull off with 125 million on a comic book movie these days. That's not a lot. Okay, that's like at best mid budget for the genre. So props to them for stretching every dollar and making it work. Let's talk about some more things that did work with the movie. The Shazam family, for the most part, I really enjoy seeing them all together and just having their own personalities and differentiating from one another. The actors who play these characters, they are having a lot of fun, and I have fun too. There's a nice sequence where they're saving citizens on a bridge right here, pedestrians, and you got the "I Need a Hero" song playing in the background, and they acknowledge that. They're like, "Am I really saving you while this song is playing?" Like, there's some fun moments in here, and that's one of the things that impressed a lot of us about David Sandberg. For first time a horror director, was that he was able to make a movie that was fun and had a lot of heart while still sprinkling in some horror elements. And he does that in this movie. Let me tell you, there's a couple of moments where it's like, okay, that was pretty damn dark. They clearly got creative with it to make it still like a PG-13, but there's a couple sequences in here where it's like, oh, that went really, really, really bad. And this is a spoiler, so I'm gonna say what the two are. Okay, if you've seen it, great. If you don't care about it, I mean, you whatever. The first dark moment happens early on in the beginning, where the gods are introduced, played by Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren. We'll get to them, and they see all these statues in the museum. So what do? They trap the people who are visiting the museum and they turn into statues. And one in particular, they just tip over and the statue breaks. And it's like, oh, that dude just died. There's another part where they're at the school and Lucy Liu has this power where she can whisper in your ear and like it'll like I don't know brainwash you like you'll be taken over by a demon. And this teacher at the school gets taken over, and then he just walks right off the rooftop and then falls to his death. And it's like, damn, like David Sandberg, just man, you really know how to do horror, even in a movie like this. So props on him for that. As far as the Shazam family as kids, they're definitely older. Okay, that happens, but we didn't see as much of them as I would have liked, okay? Because yes, the Shazam family are a family of superheroes, but those are kids, remind you, that these are kids who say the word Shazam and boom, they turn into these heroes. I just would have liked a little bit more of a balance. And then I will say some of the adults playing kids, it could have been done a little bit better. Maybe that's a writing thing, but there are times where it's just like, okay, that you're take it down a level. You're at 9, go to 7, and that's especially true for Zachary Levi, who is playing Shazam, but also Billy Batson. Okay, when you see Billy Batson as a near 18-year-old, he's not all kid and goofy. He's a little more serious, and you don't get that from Zachary Levi's performance. He's more of the I've seen the Fast and Furious movies, and it's just like, dude, take it down a little bit. I like you in the role. I hope you stay, and we'll get to that too, but take it down a notch, okay? Let's talk about Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu, okay, and Rachel Zegler, okay. Those three are the daughters of Atlas, and they could have been done better. They could have been done better. Um, Lucy Liu and Helen Mirren in particular, they aren't given much to work with. Okay. And then that makes their performances suffer a bit. It's great seeing Lucy Liu on the big screen. Okay. I'm a big fan of hers. I'm glad to see her back. But she, out of the three, is just like you could take her out of the movie and it wouldn't change a thing. Helen Mirren's character has a little bit more to work with her character arc. I appreciated that, but still, I mean, you have these two actresses right here, these beautiful, very talented, skilled veterans of Hollywood. You give them a little more to work with, okay? Like the genre is well beyond mediocre villains. At least that's what we hope, and just give them more to work with. Rachel Zegler, on the other hand, okay, I'm not afraid to admit this is the first movie I've seen Rachel Zegler in, and I quite enjoyed her performance. Okay, like she has this conflict between, you know, helping humanity by not killing them, but still achieving her goals. It's very much bad versus evil. Like you could tell who the evil is, as opposed to they're bad, but they're not you know, insane. And Rachel Zegler's character deals with that. Okay. She has a very close connection with Freddy of the Shazam family. I love her innocence and just, the way she can like, okay, like if I really wanted to, I could use my powers and fuck some shit up, but she doesn't, she restrains from that. I just love the way she played that character. And their outfits. I'll say what I will about the antagonist, but their outfits, once again, bravo. They stretched every dollar. The outfits look great. They summon a dragon, and I talked about the dragon and just how incredible it looked. And then there's also more monsters in here. Okay, you have a cyclops creature with one eye. You had another one with like a scorpion tail, and then you had unicorns, which was pretty badass. I like see the first two acts of the movie for me. I was just watching, looking at my watch and kind of moving around and checking my phone a little bit because it was just it was just ordinary, okay? It was just all right, okay? And I'm just like, but as soon as the third act happens, is when I felt engaged and I was just like really into it and into the emotion of it. And there's a side arc, or not side arc, but side plot with Billy Batson about to turn 18 and like get kicked out of the family house because he's of age now. And then there's this moment where he struggles with calling God, I forget her name, but the mom of the foster home, like calling her mom because he's still dealing with the um what happened in the previous movie with his mom, in a very, very powerful scene. Well, we get another powerful scene in the third act. And from that point on, I was like, there it is right there. That is what I was waiting for in this movie. It's those emotional beats that the theme of family and finding new family as opposed to a traditional of family and whatnot, like how your friends become your family and that kind of thing. And from that point on, the third act was extremely solid. So while the first two acts might have stumbled and definitely had their moments, the third act, great. Overall, I did really enjoy this movie. I am a little bit I'm just I'm just confused about where this is gonna go. Okay, there is a cameo in this movie, and it involves a character in my background here, and I just could not believe they showed that in the TV spot. But that's because the marketing team realized how underwhelming the box office numbers were going to be, and they broke the glass and hit the emergency button and featured the cameo in the TV spot. This is a spoiler, so I'm just going to say it: 3, 2, 1. Wonder Woman right here in my amazing poster. She shows up, and it's just, it took me out of the movie, as great as it is to see her, because it's just like, is this the last time I'm going to see her? Is this the last time I'm going to see these characters? Does my our enjoyment, those of us who watch the movie enjoy the movie, like whether or not we see these characters in the future, it's dictated by not how we feel, but by the box office numbers. I hope James Gunn watched this movie and enjoyed it enough to be like, there's stuff here for this part of the DCEU to be carried over to the DCU, the new universe. There's enough there. And he said in his press release that he did, not the press release, but what he when he announced the DCU Chapter 1, he talked about Shazam: Fury of the Gods being in its own universe to where it will fit into the DCU very well. So while I think the box office may not be as strong, I don't even know if it'll beat Black Adam, but I hope James Gunn sees enough potential in order to pull some elements out of this, like he's pulling out of the DCEU, and bring it over to what he's trying to do there. But leaving the movie theater, I was just like, yeah, I had fun. I enjoyed it, but man, and that's a lot of people's hesitation with watching this movie. It's just like, for what? Yes, go and support a movie and enjoy it, but like, you sold us the genre has been selling audiences on a shared connected universe, right? It's always the post credit scene, what's going to happen next. And that's why that's part of the reasons why we go to watch these movies. Okay, like, which one is it? So knowing what the fate of the DCU is, with a reset on the way, how incentivized our audiences to go and watch something that was a product of a previous universe without the certainty that it'll carry forward. If you guys get what I'm saying. So overall, I did enjoy it. I would recommend you guys go and watch it. Okay, especially if you're, just want to go to the movies and like you just want to watch something and have fun and take the family. I would absolutely recommend it. And that's my thoughts. You guys share what you thought about Shazam: Fury of the Gods. My name is Gio from Fandom United. Appreciate you guys so much. Have a safe St. Patty's Day. Those of you celebrating St. Patrick's Day, wear that green. I'm not wearing green right now. I mean, yeah, I am sorry, I got none. So be safe out there. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. I love you guys. Until the next review, take care.